it's recorded. Nope. Cut that out. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Episode 604, the Past Their Prime podcast. Is your host, E Money. And here we go again. Fourth episode, season 6. Let me introduce my other hosts. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Let's get to it. What's up, y'all? Introduce yourselves.
Yo, it's your boy Coles, Clooney. Let's get it.
It's your boy Combs. You already know what time it is.
Y'all on mute? I don't hear y'all.
What? You hear me?
Go ahead. We hear you.
We hear you.
Hear you.
Come on, host.
My bad.
Yeah. You good? You hear us?
My computer was on mute by mistake.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Well, no.
You hear us, though. We good. We live. It's your boy Johnny Dubs. We in the building. The gang. We added some more people to the wall, more people to the gang. You see it?
Hold on. I don't like how you don't got Carmelo Anthony on that wall.
There's a lot of greats on this wall. Like, I don't know if does he deserve to be up here with Kobe, Mike, and LeBron?
First of all, timeout. I think Charlamagne and Stephen A. All right. Stop.
I mean, that's the media. That's my media people. Those are my media people. Charlamagne, Stephen A. Stewart, Scott. Like, don't. That's my media. That's my media personnel right there. Don't play. Don't do that. Don't do that.
All I know is if Charlamagne's up there, Melo could be up there. That's all I know.
Not for sports.
All I'm saying is if you're a New Yorker and you're a Knicks fan, I need some type of Knicks player up there. Whether Pat, somebody.
You know what it is? Y'all got
no more
Clyde.
Y'all have to y'all don't understand
not even a logo
of the wall. So I'm not gonna break it down for you right now, but offline I'll break it down for y'all. You gotta understand the wall dynamics, and it's not just meant for any random people. And in this sense, my bad, Melo, you random right now, bro. You random. To this wall, you random.
A picture of the garden? Sheesh.
I told you, I got a whole nother wall coming, man. I got that, man. I got that. Stop it. Don't do me. Why y'all doing me like this, man? It's 6:04.
We just asking questions.
They got me on the stand right now.
We're just asking questions. We just want to know, because I'm sure the people will want to know, too.
Oh, please. The people didn't even see half my wall, man. I'll put them on one day, though.
I hear that. But yeah, man, since everybody's good, let's get into the episode. We're going to talk about, a few things sports related as usual. Entertainment as usual. There's not a lot going on during this pandemic. I hope everybody's staying safe, still social distancing, still quarantining.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure we've yet to see what this disease is going to bring. So I know it's Memorial Weekend, but sit still, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, please sit still. There'll be more Memorial Weekends.
Nope.
You can move around.
To see these Memorial Weekends.
Move around.
Please.
Here's Dub's advice. Move around. Be cautious. Use precaution. Use the safety measures. Use the social distancing parameters. Just like be an adult. Be a grown up. Like, don't be a child and run outside because it's hot and you ain't got no mask on and you just want to get wet and hang out with your friends. Like, relax. Go outside and be a grown up. Have a drink 6 feet apart from your friend. That's cool with a mask on, or off, or by you. Something like this safety precautions, man. I'm outside this weekend. I'm sorry. I've been outside, but I'm gonna be outside. Like, I'm outside.
Define outside though, because I've been outside. I'm in and out.
Dubs outside is I'll be with people. I will be with maybe 12 or less, 10 or less. We will be 6 feet apart for the most part. But, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be no wild house party, how ATL in Florida be looking. There ain't going to be nothing like that. Ain't no movie shit. At least me. I can't speak for anybody else I'm going to be with, but me, yeah.
I might have to get close for certain actions. I might have to go close.
Yeah, you're nasty.
Stay as far as possible.
It's a nasty time over here. Like, this guy.
All right, man. So let's get into the episode. Start with power rankings. Last episode, we did our point guards. This week, we move on to our shooting guards. So, again, we're going to do our top 10. So, starting with number 10, as a podcast, we agreed on this list. So number 10 right now, we have Victor Oladipo of the Indiana Pacers. He played a few games this season, about 10 or 15 games, if I'm not mistaken. And he came off a real serious knee injury he suffered last year. But I think in his career, more recently, with the Pacers, he showed us that he could be that go-to man after a couple of stints with Orlando and Oklahoma City Thunder. I think in Oklahoma City, he was able to see how Russell Westbrook prepares and plays in games and said, okay.
That was his grand rising right there.
An idea of what I need to do if I ever get the opportunity. And the opportunity came the very next season when he was traded for Paul George. And everybody said that Indiana didn't get enough. And that same season, Victor Oladipo took LeBron James to a Game 7 where there was a questionable goaltender at the end that put Cleveland on to the next round. So we got Victor Oladipo at number 10. Number 9, we got DeMar DeRozan of the San Antonio Spurs. Normally, I think we would have him a little bit higher, but past season and a half hasn't looked the same. Granted, it's been a new environment. Personally, I was never a huge fan of DeRozan. I thought he was effective, but I didn't think he was your go-to guy for a franchise.
Yeah.
Simply because he's been struggling, but I think the league will tell you what they think of DeMar DeRozan this summer or next summer when he's a free agent. He's an unrestricted free agent, I think, next summer.
This summer, he's a free agent.
Oh, this summer then. So the league will tell you. The league will tell you what they think of him. I don't think
How old
that
is DeRozan?
28, 9.
That's
30 maybe? Somewhere in that.
I was gonna say I feel he's pushing the 30 more so.
29, 30, I think. 29, 30 somewhere.
He's 30 now.
30.
Yeah, I was about to say I definitely felt the 30 button.
So like I said, the league will show you. I don't know if teams are clearing cap to give DeMar DeRozan a max deal for 3 or 4 years, but
maybe a sucker franchise.
We'll see. But I think he's dropping. He's dropping fast, in my opinion. He's dropping fast. He's dropping fast.
He's dropping fast because
we was doing a list. We dropped him in 2.5 seconds.
Oh yes.
So question for y'all, do you guys think he's dropping fast because he's not as talented anymore, or is the situation not the best fit for him and his skills?
Maybe a mixture of both.
Stinks. His team is trash.
No, he doesn't stink. We have him on a top 10 list. How can he stink?
I said his team is trash.
Oh, his team
I
stinks?
can't do that either.
His team doesn't stink. Though.
They do stink. Who's playing on Spurs right now?
LaMarcus Aldridge.
How old is he? He's like 33.
That should be enough to win you some games.
Nah, he's toast. He's
chill, don't do that. He's not
toast.
Who's
He's toast.
You're saying he's been toast for like 2-3 years now. Don't do that. Stop.
Devontae Murray's never healthy.
Devontae Murray just came back this year.
Yeah, finally. Like he's never healthy. Like when's he ever there?
He was hurt his rookie year. Like
he missed 1 year of ACL. Bro. Other than that, he plays.
Cole, stop it.
He's all right. I see a lot of Forbes guys. I see a lot of Forbes guy back there. What's he? Forbes? Okay. What's the other guy with the big forehead? What's his name? Nigga with the big forehead, the afro. I forgot his name now.
Lonnie Walker.
Who?
Lonnie Walker.
Him too. They're all just a cluster of mediocrity. Like,
so I'm confused at what you're trying to say.
What are you trying to say?
I fully respect DeRozan to move on to their team next year and show y'all that he doesn't belong at number 9.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. That's what it comes down to.
Disrespectful.
So are you saying right now? Are you saying if you're a GM, would you pay DeRozan real money right now? You're saying?
Be number 2? Hell yeah. He's averaging 22. He can't shoot a 3-pointer. Hell yeah. I'll make him a number 2 player.
Mid-range killer. Certified mid-range killer.
Where's that killer in the playoffs?
I don't know.
He's had it. Hold on. Don't do that.
Skills are,
don't do that.
No. The skills are there, but he doesn't have, like, the dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
He doesn't have the dog. Like, that mentality, like, he doesn't have that.
For, like, 3 years straight, he couldn't get past LeBron James.
I feel you.
Okay.
For the other years.
But Cole's is like he said earlier, it's the fashion in which you lose. Like when you lose like that and you're walking out with your head down, like
hold on.
As opposed to like, all right, I took it like a man, I tried my best.
I
don't care who you went up against. Like I don't care if it's LeBron, I don't care if it's Jesus. Like keep your head up. Like keep your head up, boss. Like it doesn't.
His head wasn't up. Ewing's head was down a lot of times. He lost to freaking Jordan and Pippen. Like
Ewing was losing in the conference finals.
So was DeRozan. DeRozan was in conference
once.
Finals. What?
He lost the conference finals once.
It's not his fault. He got to go through. It's not yo. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? He lost to LeBron like 5 years in a row. What do you want
I want him not to lose on a bank shot, breakaway shot.
That shit was so trash. I'm not gonna lie. That's literally one of the worst game winners I've ever seen. Like it's
and
awful.
Didn't he take who did he lose last year? Nuggets, right?
Who, the Spurs?
Spurs, right?
Yeah. The Rose are going off. It was Derek White.
Nah, those are a series. Those are
no,
series.
you did not.
We look it up right now. Look it up.
Go ahead. While you do that, let's move to a number 8.
Yeah, what's that?
Let's do it on that.
My man Drew Holiday out of New Orleans. I think he's a very underrated player. I mean, personally, from what I've seen, you could argue he can move up, but we'll leave him at 8.
You could honestly. I wouldn't even be mad at the move up even if we made that modification like right now. I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm like just looking at it. Like I wouldn't be mad at it, especially considering the man above him really didn't have a year. I mean, well, actually, no. Let me not do that. Nah, I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, I think Drew Holiday has room for going up with Zion being healthy now and Ingram being healthy.
Yeah.
If that works well for Drew Holiday, then yes, he can definitely bump up in front of a loser like Devin Booker.
All right. Well,
he's a loser.
I'm mad. Cole's had nothing to say. That's surprising. That's more surprising.
I'm not. We've been arguing this for so long. Don't point him in. The man averaged 28 points a game. And by the way, DeRozan averaged 23 last playoff series against the Nuggets.
And what Derek White average? Come back when you tell me that.
What's his name again?
Derek White.
That was cute when DeRozan. We're not saying DeRozan's a bad player. We're just saying he's dropping.
He's all right right now.
He's all right, Goals. He's all right.
He's perfectly situated at 9. Like, perfectly situated. Yeah. Like, perfect.
So we got Drew Holiday at 8 of the Pelicans. Now we got Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns. First year making an all-star team. Certified bucket. Can't nobody argue that at this point.
He gets buckets.
Yeah, I think Phoenix is starting to put some pieces around him. They got DeAndre Ayton.
That makes sense.
Ray stepped his game up. So it's looking like they might be going in the right direction. We'll see what they do come this offseason. It's time to get some veterans on the team. They brought in Baines.
Yep.
I forget who else they brought in that was a veteran. I can't remember right now. They tried with
Rubio. They brought in Rubio.
Out of there.
They brought in Rubio.
Rubio, yes, thank you. That's who I meant to mention.
And they paid Oubre. They paid Oubre.
Season with them.
They paid Oubre.
So I think the sky's the limit for Devin Booker. He just needs some talent around him, and I think Monty Williams is the right coach for that team. So I think the sky's the limit at this point. We might see Phoenix make a playoff push, if not this year, certainly next year.
2 things.
It would be nice.
Your boy White averaged 15 a game in the playoffs last year.
No. You see? He always does that. I said that first round.
They only lasted 1 round.
Okay.
He has 15. And I'm sorry, you want to call Don Bishop, Devin Booker a loser. I'm sorry, send him at 50 games because he's fucking on steroids. My bad.
Devin Booker he's been in the league like 5 years, Devin Booker. I know he looks young. I know he looks like a child. But he's been in the league like 5-6 years, Devin Booker.
You want him to game the Baines over here? Like, Ayton missed half the season.
Hey.
No, he played half the season.
I'm not saying the Suns got to be good. I'm just saying you don't got to win 15 games a year. I'm saying you can at least get in the 30s. Damn.
25 plus.
Can I get 500 once? Can I get 500?
It's not like he was 29 and 37, right? Only, right?
What did you say?
I said it's almost like you wish he was 29 and 37, like the Portland Trailblazers were, right?
Here we go. Number 60. Want to do that?
Moving on to number 6.
See where this is going.
All right. Going to Portland.
Utah Jazz. Third year in the league. Helped his team get in the playoffs both years. I can't put my finger on the Jazz because when I see them play, they're a very good team. But in the playoffs, for some reason, it just doesn't work. I think the problem is they haven't made Rudy Gobert develops any type of offensive consistency. He can't just be getting lobs and setting picks. He's got to want to score too.
He's Tyson Chandler 2.0.
In a league,
That's what he is. That's what he is. He's Tyson
in a
Chandler
tag team league with
2.0.
stars come together, you can't go to war with Joe English and Royce O'Neal and what was over there?
Bogdanovich and Crowder.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
It works for the regular season, but in the playoffs, you need some dogs.
Right. You can't stop
They're dogs, but they're
Royce
not
O'Neal.
like talented
Scoring
skill
dogs. That's
Like,
what I meant.
Yeah, like
You need
You're not
buckets
beating
of
Joe
Harden.
Harden.
English is a
Chris
dog.
Paul.
Like he's dog, certainly. Like Jay Crowder, like dog, but like just they're
I think
dogs.
I think Utah can work. They just don't match up with Houston. I think Utah.
They
Houston,
don't work. They don't work. You seen it with Denver. They don't work. This whole
It don't work.
as my boy Shape says, depth and
They lost to Houston last.
Don't
They
work in
lost
the
to Houston
playoffs.
twice in a row, right?
you need stars in the playoffs. You need stars and proven players. You gotta make shots.
I wouldn't say so much stars. You just need somebody who could get you a bucket outside of one player.
Well, they lost to Houston the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Last 2 years, yeah.
Yeah. So I think they put Gobert in a tough spot. James Harden and Steph Curry, they put Gobert in a tough spot, and that's really hurts them a lot. But I do think they match up with the other teams. It's just that
Like
the
who?
Harden, Utah.
Yeah, like who? Who would you have them beat?
I wouldn't have them beating. I wouldn't have them beating like well, even I mean this year they were number 4 this year right now, Utah, or number 3 I think.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Number 4, yeah.
Three.
So
3.
So of course I wouldn't have them beating. I do think they match up well with the Lakers, but the Lakers aren't a great shooting
The
team.
Lakers.
Yeah,
Match
so
up with the Lakers.
I would have the Lakers beating them, but they match up with the Lakers not that bad. The Lakers can't shoot that well. They don't. LeBron's not gonna kill Gobert with 3-point shots coming off a pick and roll the way James Harden and Steph and Clay does. But I still don't. They don't have enough scoring, of course, to hang with the Lakers or the Clippers. But they don't. They do match up not bad. They match up those teams not. It match up pretty well those teams. I think Houston and Golden State they don't match up well with at all. But when you look at the teams that actually can go in the paint and Gobert can bang with some big guys down there, then he can match up well with them. But when they play against those perimeter teams like the Rockets and the Warriors, that's been a struggle, I think.
The players gotta make shots. You have to make shots in the playoffs. And
Shots and free throws.
They can't score as much as Golden State and Houston.
they don't match up well then. Until you
That's
second.
what I just said. They don't match up well with Golden State and Houston.
That much anyone in the playoffs. The only team that match up with I got right now. So right now they played OKC first round. You know what?
They beat OKC.
That's it.
I'm not even sure about that.
Maybe I'm not even sure.
I think
OKC this year, yeah, that's not a sure.
I'm not even sure about that.
I think it got OKC.
They can beat Memphis, maybe.
Nah, they could beat Memphis. Put some respect
Come
on
on. Don't do that, Cole. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do
You be
that.
having the great
from what I've
argument
seen-
against
Don't do
Stoltz
that.
and stuff like that. Don't do that, man.
do that.
Who's stepping up? Who's stepping up in the playoff? Joe English? I'm not buying it.
Wait, buy it because he had your man Paul George
Yes, he
reacting.
did. I was about to say he did that
You
in
know
the
what?
playoffs.
Hit him
He
what?
makes shots. He makes shots in the playoffs, Joe English.
What you do, Paul George?
He had him act like a little baby.
How? When? What is that?
He did.
2 years ago when they went home and Paul George had 8 in a closeout game.
Okay. Oh, you mean a series when Melo shot 4 for 30?
Here we go.
That series? That series?
Coming. Here we go.
That
You know,
series?
he can't help himself. Chill. Don't know.
That's it.
Don't invite it. Cut it off. Cut it off.
Waiting for
Gotta
it.
be cool. Hold on. Gotta be cool. Hold on. What happened all year?
I was waiting for it.
Don't think him.
We all knew it was coming.
I'm mad you threw him to alley, bro. You threw him to alley for that. Like, he said, wait.
We went from Paul George to Carmelo Anthony. I don't know how we got there. All right. So
Where were we?
Right, Donovan Mitchell.
Nah, right. Yes.
5.
number 5,
Oh, shit. Here we go. Another one. Another
3J McCollum. That's what we call him out here. Because it's wet from 3.
And rightfully so. I'm not mad at CJ at the
CJ
5 spot.
McConnell. You coddle him. CJ McConnell over here.
So Cole's had an issue with us having CJ McCollum at the 5 spot, so I'm gonna let him get his bars off as to why he may disagree.
I just don't think he's better than Mitchell, Booker, or DeRozan. Simple as that. I don't think he's better than those 3 that I just named. And I just whatever criteria.
Can you give us why?
Okay, so if you want to keep it current, he's not an all-star.
No. All right. Wait, before I let you go.
Your eyes work. The eyes work.
No, Coles, I got you. Before you tell me why, I don't want to hear about all-star, all-NBA. Give me something better than that.
Okay, Mitchell's team better than Portland this year.
That's it.
That's all you allow me to use.
No, that's what I'm asking. That's all you got.
How about this? Tell me one reason why you're better than him. Besides the eye test, give me one reason why you're better than him. Just one. Just give me one. Besides your eyes.
You heard yourself?
Yeah, I heard myself. Besides your eyes. Because my eyes don't say the same thing. I saw McCollum without Dame Lillard this year. It wasn't pretty.
McCollum and who else?
Your boy Melo.
Who?
Your boy Melo.
Melo came like game 10. Melo came game 10, first of all.
So he played. How many games played?
Game 10. I think he came later.
Yeah, he came later. Melo came a minute later. They had no Nurkic. Whiteside don't give you much on offense. No Collins. Ronnie Hood got hurt. And they're only in the ninth. And they're 2 games behind the Pelicans. Right? They were 2 games behind the Pelicans for the 8th spot. I think we all would agree that.
Behind them. Hold on. The Suns are 3 games behind Portland, and they sent them as half a season. First of all, they sent them as half a season. Half a season missed for being on steroids. And only 3 games behind them.
DeAndre Ayton missed 10 games.
That's it? No, was it? He missed more than 10 games.
It was only 10 games.
That's what you get for steroids violation?
It was the first one.
That's terrible.
I'm sorry. No. It was 25.
I think it's 25.
I'm about to say, 25. It was only 10 games, but give me that suspension right now. You might as well need it up. If you want to get 10 games, you might as well fucking risk it all. Fuck it.
Nah, it was 25. It was 25. Sorry.
I was like, hold on. If it's 10 games, niggas does start fucking taking that. Fucking Combs, you go shoot your boy Draymond Green. Fucking shoot him up real quick. He needs to have.
How does that even help him?
Draymond's the top 5, first of all. Top 5 power forward.
All right.
We'll get
acknowledge that. Let's move on. We got CJ from the Portland Trailblazers.
You just said Marcus Aldridge is 85 years old. You said.
We got CJ McCollum out of Portland as the number 5 shooting guard. And now we're going to move on to Cole's main man, Paul George.
Should be higher.
Mr. Cottle himself. Mr. Rockabye.
First team NBA, you mean?
Mr. Rockabye baby himself.
Mr. First team NBA, you mean? As you should call him. That's what we call him in my offices. First team NBA.
And we initially started him on this list at 6. Like he started at 6, and we had to bump him up. Like, all things considered, we had to bump him up.
I was on a different team.
Yeah, I never agree with the number 6. I was just trying to argue is he a shooting guard or small forward. I wasn't sure what we were going with that. But I think he's perfectly placed.
Yeah, I like the number 4 spot. He could be up there in the 3 spot, in the top 3
sure.
if he had heart of sorts.
All right.
I think the
top 3.
I think the ability of Paul George is better than what Paul George actually does on the court. I'll say that much.
A lot of A+ potential.
I'll say that much. I think what you got. I think the actual ability of Paul George is better than what he gives you on a nightly basis. I'll say that much.
His expectations.
He had a great season last year, but the way it ended was nasty.
Yeah, he looks great. He's 6'8", he can shoot threes, plays 2 ways. He looks amazing, Paul George. I don't think you get that every single night, though, from Paul George.
All right. So now we're going to move into the top 3. We're going to start off with the 3-time champ, Mr. Klay Thompson, Mr. 30 and a quarter.
37.
Second half of the Splash Brothers. I don't think we really need to say much else here. Two-way player, always takes the toughest matchup on the Warriors, and is usually there for scoring. Even in the finals, before he tore up his knee, he was trying to say, yo, we not losing.
Yep, properly placed. Obviously, he wasn't here this season, hurt, recovery, but all things, everything you just said, all things preceding that injury, like warrants him to be at this number 3 spot. Plain and simple.
Yep, I agree. Ice cold killer. I agree with Klay Thompson, number 3. I agree.
Ice cold killer.
All right, now we're going to get into the top 2. A few years ago, I would have said you're crazy for putting this man there, but what he's done this season is very, very impressive. He's putting this lowly Washington Wizards team on his back every night. And we got Bradley Beal, who is looking like he's probably about to get the big bag, the Brinks truck, as we would call it.
Oh, yes. Back it up.
Yeah. So he signed an extension, but he might tell Washington, hey, boys, if John Wall don't look right, I need to get out of here.
I was about to say, I feel like his whole career is like contingent on what John Wall even comes back as, or whenever he comes back. Like everything is just like really contingent upon that.
Definitely.
But he a killer, Bradley Beal. Like let's just like he showed like this season and all them games without Wall that like yo, I can carry teams. I can do that too, coach. Like put me in. Like I got this. Like he a baller. Like he's definitely a baller. And you're right. It did sound crazy. Like even when I initially looked at the list when Combs sent it, I was like, "Damn, really too." Like, and like he had it with confidence. I was like, "Shit." But when you had to think about it, when we went back into the stats and whatnot, like, yeah, number 2 spot is definitely a good spot.
The Wizards are only in games because of him for the most part. And
yeah, they stink.
Yeah,
like they stink. Like they're awful.
Definitely. And number 1, Coles, you want to say who number 1 is? Your main man's?
I'm just glad you guys tried to respect him and put him up 2 or something like that. Number 1 shooting guard for the foreseeable future. Until he'll let you know when he gives it up. When he's number 1,
Tell the people the real story. Tell them that you wanted to put him as a point guard. Tell
me point guard.
You didn't even want to have him in the shooting guard category.
If Luka's a point guard, why he ain't point guard?
All right, man. So we're talking about the man out of H-Town, Houston Rockets, James Harden. One-time MVP, right?
Yes, sir. Should be for the first one got robbed, but different story. Got robbed.
Robbed.
Yeah, but yeah, light skin. The real coddle.
Yeah, I heard. That's why they're commenting robbed over here.
He won that award because Aisha Curry's cooking show was hot. So he won that award.
He's just Curry cooking.
Oh shit! You said it was hot.
All right, so that rounds out our top 10. Definitely check out the Past Their Prime 5.com website. We're going to be posting all these power rankings. If you don't get a chance to listen to the episode, but definitely go on the website. And we're going to have the rest. And next week, we'll move on to the small forwards. So this past Sunday was a bittersweet moment. We watched the Last Dance documentary. We got the last 2 episodes, which basically rounded out Jordan's career when he was with the Bulls. We're not going to talk about the Wizards. We're going to act like that never happened. And, it just shows you Michael's greatness. Shows you his highs, his lows, his flaws, his positive traits. So I just want to take this time now for everybody to, I guess, give their 2 cents and let us know how they feel about the documentary in total and how it depicted his career. And if there was any good or bad that you took away from the doc. Let's start it with you, Coles. Let me know what you thinking.
Obviously it's fantastic, great documentary. I need more time to see where I put it in sports documentaries. It's hard to really see where I put it now because literally the only thing on TV. So it's like it's really, but it is still really good. But it just solidified for me Jordan's greatness and his stronghold on the NBA for like damn near 6 years. That he had a stronghold on NBA, and what he did was just flat out impressive. And I don't think every match. I'm my voting of best player ever won't ever change until someone goes undefeated in the finals. Personally, that's impressive to me. That's impressive. To never even see a game 7, I can't stress that enough. To never even see a game 7, and the fact that he dominated on both sides of the court, offense and defense. Jordan got it for me.
Okay. Doug?
To echo everything that Cole just said. First of all, the documentary, beautifully shot, beautifully directed, narrated, just everything about it was just amazing. I love it from a sports fan perspective, and just from somebody who just likes watching like documentaries and things like that. So that was dope. And Jordan, for me, it's like it just put it. For me, it really just puts to rest all the things that people try to say about who the GOAT is, and I hate those GOAT conversations that people like attaching. Kobe's the GOAT and LeBron's the GOAT and whoever else they want to say is the GOAT. First of all, there can't be multiple greatest of all times. There's one greatest of all time. There's one greatest of all time basketball player, and his name is Michael Jordan, and that's what this documentary shows you. And there were literally. I'll say it. I don't think there will be never another player like him. Never. We will never see it on any level. From a competitive aspect, what he does, a skill perspective, the global iconic hold that he had on the world, the grip that he had, that everything combined, we'll never see it. People will get close, skill level and all these other things combined and endorsements, and you see how the money is, it looks all good. But the way Jordan did it and how it was done back in those days, we'll never see it. Now look how he's still killing the sneaker game. Come on, man. Man's is still out here running the Hornets into a ground.
All right, Combs, any thoughts?
I agree. Excuse me. I think the document showed that Jordan is the GOAT at this game of basketball. It showed the physicality of the 90s era of basketball, all those good stories, the playoff series, the Pistons. It just brought back a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people, I'm sure. Jordan's the GOAT. His ability to find motivation anywhere, I think, is what a lot of people probably took out of this also. And to use that and come back every season with 5 parts of his game improved in so many different areas, I think that's the most impressive part, for him to find the slightest of slights and use that to motivate him for the next 3 seasons or 2 seasons or whatever, was amazing. I don't think you'll see anyone quite like him. I think Kobe was close, but the way they approach the basketball game, I don't think that these new players have that same mentality. It's one of a kind, I think.
Okay. I think I agree with y'all. My only addition would be is that I agree that Jordan is the GOAT, mainly because he had that killer mentality from day one and never let up. But I think there's a debate. I don't think it's closed.
Not a debate.
Hold on, I'll let y'all get your bars off. I can't get
You know what? I'll mute myself. Go ahead.
A debate with who?
I think it's a debate. If people want to argue that Kobe or LeBron are in the conversation, I think that's fine. Because most people want to argue that, these guys never lost in 6. But my only question is, when has Jordan took a team that had no business being in the finals to the finals?
Hold on. Are you on the train with LeBron?
Fair point.
All I'm saying is
that series made me the greatest player of all time. Like, are you on that right now?
No.
Okay.
Jordan is the GOAT.
Okay. I have.
There's no question about that for me.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if somebody wants to present an argument for Kobe or LeBron, I won't look at them like they're crazy.
You know what it is? If you watch this documentary, I'm gonna look at you crazy. That's my thing. Like if you sat here these past 5 weeks and watched these past 2 hours every Sunday at 9 p.m., like I'm gonna look at you a little crazy. Like I hear all the stories. Like I understand you can bring things that Kobe done. Like he got 5 scoring champions, accolades, like everything. Like game winning shots. Like even his down moments. Like he had them cool, but like. Jordan don't lose. Like he's not like a.
I get that. Jordan doesn't lose when he gets to the finals.
I mean, he's lost in the early years, but like when he's here,
that's why I say he doesn't lose in the finals. My only question is, when have you seen a Bulls roster and asked yourself how the hell he even got to the finals?
So my answer to that would be the same team that he won championship with the year before lost to the Knicks in the next year. Lost to the the same team that he took the championship the year before that won, lost to the Knicks the previous year without him.
93, you're saying?
93, 94. I think.
But every year the year he missed. Like without him, that team isn't that great. They're
Stop. They lost to the Knicks on a questionable cause.
Okay.
They were en route to the finals.
You're right, but still, like.
All right, stop. Wait. LeBron left the Cavs. What did the Cavs do?
Nothing.
They stunk. But still, because Skype was nice, but you're saying that what teams made a championship? Like without those two, they're real like shaky team. But I wouldn't say they're the best team. I'll say they're the best talent. Like Michael Jordan was the most talented player, but
I'm not disputing that. My question is, when have you seen a Bulls roster that made the finals and asked yourself how the hell they got here?
I mean, to me, the Orlando Magic
team with LeBron.
To me, the Orlando Magic team was okay.
I understand the argument. That doesn't hold enough weight for me to bring that into conversation. I understand it though. I get it. Yeah. I see where you're going with it. Trust me, bro. I'm the original one that even broke LeBron into these GOAT conversations. Like I've been pushing that envelope. But this is me, a certified LeBron fan, saying after watching this documentary, I need other LeBron fans to understand. Stop it.
No, like I said,
stop. Like let's
is the GOAT, but the conversation is not foreign because they took the same amount of time to even get to a finals.
Yeah, no, that's
4.
I understand and I'm cool with that.
And made his first final in '91.
I would say though that Jordan,
like what? My thing is his finals. What is his record? Like 3-6.
No, his finals record is awful.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's
awful,
bro. Like when you put 3 and 6 next to 6 and 0, it's like, why are we talking?
But you also have to have context.
Like, what are we talking about?
But you also have to have context, though.
I understand, bro. We're all avid sports fans here. We get into the context, but we know right now, as us 4 sit here, we don't have to do that.
Okay. I'll also say that. Like, I'll also say that I think that Jordan.
Like,
I also would say I think that Jordan several times beat teams that are better than his team.
You think that was better than his in the finals?
I think that Pacers team was better than them. That Pacers team that they beat, I think overall they have more talent than Chicago.
It was honestly, when Reggie said that, it was a decent look back, and I just wasn't sold. I get where Reggie was coming from when he said that. I thought we were the better team. Like I completely get that. But
I'm not buying that.
I think so though. I think so. If you really look at it.
The Davis brothers, I wasn't impressed.
The Knicks, yes, I agree. I think the Knicks had their number, and your man just couldn't make a layup.
Chill, come on, man. Let's not do this. Come on, man. Stop. Come on, stop
it. I think it's hard for you to look past Jordan. Like, all right, so like you look at the team without Reggie Miller. Take off Reggie Miller, take off Jordan. You still have Rick Smith, Mark Jackson, Jalen Rose, David Rose. They had Coach Shear. They could shoot threes. They had fucking that Ron Test before him.
Nah, he wasn't there yet.
Not yet.
They had a squad though, and then
they did.
I think that
that was a good team. That was a good team.
I think that what's it called? Even though the footage didn't show it, I think that Suns team was really good too. The Suns team they beat.
No, the Suns team was very, very good.
They were good. They beat a good Orlando Magic team after they lost the first year.
Orlando ain't have this.
Okay.
Yeah, they were young. They were still
they were young.
Like, but they had talent though. I think they were
Orlando
talented.
Was the original OKC Thunder when LeBron saw them.
Exactly. That being said, I think they're more talented. I think they're more talented than the Bulls. But they weren't ready to win though. They still have more talent than them.
That's fair.
I'm not gonna say the Knicks are better than them. The Knicks just fucked them up. They weren't like better than them though.
At that time, that made you a better team.
Okay. So I mean, if you put the Knicks there, then I'm not doing it. But if you want to say the Knicks are better than them, I'm not gonna argue with that. Okay.
And then my other argument is that a lot of people say, yeah, but LeBron played in the East. If we keep it funky, Jordan had always only maybe one team in the East that was bothering him every year.
But the thing is, LeBron had no teams.
Boston was giving him issues.
Okay, Boston. Yeah. Pistons in the earlier years.
Yeah, Boston and Pistons were giving him issues. And Orlando sent them home 1 year, too.
1 year. 1 year. Okay, all right, relax.
You flopped that year. But yeah, but personally, for me, if you want to argue LeBron and Kobe, you can go back and forth. But in the end, I'm going to tell you, it's MJ. Relax.
I think you can argue Kobe more than LeBron.
Of course. I certainly agree with that.
For sure.
I think
honestly, sorry, not to cut you off, Combs. Like, I hate that ESPN even did that. Like, after The Last Dance, where they brought up the whole who's the GOAT conversation, they did the whole Kobe and LeBron. I mean, I'm sorry, the LeBron and MJ thing. Like, why? It's just like, why? Like, why even do that after watching this great documentary? You're gonna bring up some nonsense like this, some trivial bullshit. Like, to be honest with you, like, hell whack.
And I think this documentary solidified Jordan as a GOAT, but if they have a Kobe documentary that shows, they can narrow the gap with Kobe also. Because him winning 3 championships at 21, 22, and 23, and having the numbers that he had. Yeah, but Shaq hadn't won it. Shaq wasn't championship.
Hold on, Combs.
Shaq hadn't won
championship. You heard from Jordan's mouth. There's no Michael Jordan without Scotty.
I know. I know there's no Shaq without Kobe. I know all this.
You're right, but Shaq was.
The thing about the only difference, I'm not to cut you off, Combs, again. The only difference is Shaq was the alpha, Kobe was the beta. Mike was the alpha, and Pimble was the beta. Mike as the alpha and Kobe was the beta. It was different. What do you mean?
I don't agree with that.
Shaq was averaging 33 and 15. What are you talking? Like what?
And Kobe was averaging about 28.
He was averaging 27, 6, and 5.
Yeah, it was 21. It was 21 in the first series, 29 in the second series. In the second year, the second ring he had 29. In the third ring he had 26, I think.
It was 26.
Like
yeah, bro, I get it.
Honestly, Kobe and Shaq is like Jay and Kanye. It's Watch the Throne.
But who's better?
Subjective.
Stop. Okay.
Or career or at that time?
At any time. You sound like Cole's telling me Lil Wayne was the greatest rapper of all time at a point. Like, no.
We also comparing.
Don't tell me about a blip in time. Like, I don't want to hear about a blip in time. We're talking about all-time great players.
Hold on.
It's like,
but your power rankings, right? It could happen, right? Your power rankings. It could happen time to time. They can move the rankings, right?
We're talking about greatest of all time players. Like, no.
Weezy had a moment. Weezy had a moment. That's all I want to say.
Oh, man. But all right. So we can all agree that Jordan's the GOAT. We all may have different reasons. But all in all, Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time.
Of course.
I think basketball, he's one of the first names that you think of. I don't think there's anywhere in the world you could go where somebody doesn't know who Michael Jordan is. And I don't think we're ever going to have another aura around another basketball player the way we had with Jordan. LeBron is coming real close when you put everything together as far as
only because of the social media era that we're in.
Popular person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gets a lot of comfort from the social media era, like because Lord, if Jordan had that back then, like it literally would not be a conversation, like literally.
It wouldn't be.
But the era that we're in, LeBron has like that social media grasp where it's just like you go global with one post, and it's like.
And the thing about LeBron, he's a little bit more relatable. I think Jordan kind of kept everybody at bay.
And that's why Kobe always gets kind of pushed aside, because my era, of course, Kobe is my guy, but he's in the middle of Jordan and LeBron, who's led by the social media guys. So he is kind of pushed under the rug at times. But after that fifth championship, he was the Kobe nostalgia is real. Like shooting, when you shoot a basket, calling Kobe shooting basketball that was real. Like I do that shit every single day at this school. Calling Kobe, like that was real Kobe. And I'm telling you, they have a documentary that can show those 5 years with the championships of him from 21 winning and then him winning again at like 30 and 32. Then I'm telling you that it would narrow the gap. I think to Jordan, it would narrow the gap. I think it would. If you're watching 22-year-old Kobe or 21-year-old Kobe in the playoffs with Shaq going against C-Webb and the Kings and those great Portland teams and Tim Duncan and the Spurs, like I'm telling you, if he could put words to that documentary, Kobe, I don't know if they have it yet, not, but if he could put words to that, then I'm telling you, it would close the gap. I'm telling you, just that nostalgia. Watching him at 21 do that. Watching him at 21 do that, it will look crazy. Because Jordan was 27 when he won his first ring. Watching a baby Kobe.
You guys are
what?
Done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Praising Kobe.
I'm just saying.
Kobe. You get it.
He was 21.
Just,
Jordan was 27.
Two guys.
How old was LeBron?
The two guys that the two guys that if they can start winning championships, I think can also reach that level. And that's Zion and Luka. They're both young. They're both captivating. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. The way
this conversation, like,
Zion and Luka.
I don't know where you just took this conversation.
But
like,
he said there's an aura around Jordan that can't be matched. I think that when you watch Zion, the way he fucking
he fix your face, bro.
I'm telling you, the way he captures people. Let Zion win like 5 championships before like 26. Okay, watch.
Do you think that could rightfully happen?
Why not? Like I think that Luka
people like Giannis.
I think it happened more.
Yeah, Giannis. A man named Giannis.
Giannis is about to take over the league.
I think it happened more. Luka.
It's literally about to be Giannis.
It's gonna be hard to attract talent to New Orleans, but it's not hard to attract talent though.
I hear you saying. Giannis is winning 3 of them things. Giannis is winning 3.
I don't doubt.
Where's Giannis going though? Where's he going though? Where's Giannis? He's saying Milwaukee. So where's he going?
I don't know where he's going. He's gonna win at least three championships.
Okay, yeah. But you're talking about guys at 20. You're talking about guys who aren't 20 yet. Like what if someone?
We talking about Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. He put his lips to say Luka Doncic and Zion Williamson.
The future. The man jumped. He jumped a long time. Jumped a long time.
Errors. Like I don't even know how we got there. Like
yeah,
we got that. I'm looking to the future. You're talking old niggas still. I'm talking about the future now.
But before Luka and Zion, we're not gonna say Kevin Durant, Steph Curry.
They're too old. They're old. Talk about new guys. Like
Hold on. Pause.
How soon do you think they're gonna win championships?
Come on, time out. Are you trying to say Luka's gonna win like 6 championships? What are you trying to say right now?
Yeah, how soon do you think this is gonna start? Like people like
what time start?
Like
Giannis, like they're not even 21 yet.
Westbrook, people are still here.
They're not even 21 yet.
Before you get into all of that, if KD goes and wins 3 more right now, we talking about Luka Doncic before him?
He can win 3 more, and Luka's still be 24 years old. Like,
all right. And Luka's not catching him. It's over.
I want it.
That would be fine.
If the ring at 6, it's over. Like
Durant didn't win championship until he's like 28, 27. He won the first championship.
But we're not talking about solely championships. We're talking about the whole package. There's no way Luka's gonna surpass KD right now. I get what you're saying.
Why can't he?
It's possible down the line, but I don't want to hear them right now.
I didn't say right now. I never said right now. I never said right now. I said in the future, I can see those.
I agree. They could get there, but for you to mention them after we start talking about Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, I would like for you to mention the guys that are still playing and competing for
championships. They're too old. They're too old.
1 or 2 year guys.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's the thing.
Honestly, that's not true. If Kawhi did win like 2 more championships, it would be crazy. Kawhi, if he win with 3
different championships, he could rightfully do that.
Franchises,
he can literally do that.
Like that could be crazy.
And he would still be 31 with what, 4?
With 3 franchises though.
Okay.
Like that,
I'm talking about two guys. I'm talking about two players.
That's legendary, by the way.
I'm talking about two players that are under 21 that are arguably top 20 players right now already.
No, Zion is not top 20. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
I know I love
Stop. He only has 30 games under his belt.
We're doing
Stop.
that.
I don't care.
Coles, we're doing that.
Care. I don't care how many he played. I don't care how many he played.
Stop it.
I don't care how many he played. He's top 20.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I love
Stop
Zion.
it.
Oh, Coles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might agree with that. too. I love Zion. You know I love Zion.
Crazy.
Okay.
You know I love Zion.
Y'all are gonna need to go offline and make this top 20 list. I need to
Don't be surprised.
I need to see it. Dead ass.
Don't be surprised if Luka gets if Mark Cuban brings another star to Dallas and they win championship before he's 24.
I wouldn't be surprised about that.
No,
Don't be surprised if Giannis goes there and they win championship together.
I
Wouldn't
wouldn't
be
be.
surprised.
So I'm saying it's not impossible.
But that's
not
that's
like-
different. So you're saying
No,
Luka.
you're saying Luka.
Giannis getting there. Like,
I'll be
What?
surprised. I don't know about y'all. I'll be surprised if Luka won championships in the next 5 years. I'll be surprised.
No, I wouldn't be.
I would.
This.
I wouldn't
It's
be.
still.
But I'm surprised he fixed his mouth to say Zion is top 20.
Oh yeah, he's top 20.
His belt.
Top 20.
oh yeah.
Top 20.
Oh yeah.
I'll be surprised.
Top 20.
I'll be surprised.
You see Pelicans, right? You see the
Luka's
first time
winning
everyone like looking at the in the playoffs.
If Luka's winning rings at the height of Giannis, I'm surprised.
Very surprising.
If Luka's winning rings at the height of Giannis, James Harden's still averaging 40 points a game, LeBron and AD still happening, Kawhi, I'll be surprised in the next 5 years.
Injuries happen. Injuries happen. I mean,
You're right.
Yeah.
we don't even know if AD's staying there in Lakers. We don't know what's going to happen. But why
Right. We don't know what that. We don't know. But I know that they're locked in with Luka and KP right now.
Oh, I know that right now.
That's a lot of what ifs. Like
I know that right now. Luka's a top 20 player. Right now, Luka's a top 20 player.
No one's denying that. No one's denying Luka.
Okay, so at his age, his skill set, and the money that they have in Dallas,
but we're talking
it's not
Jordan.
impossible.
We're talking Jordan and Kobe and LeBron right now.
Okay, I'm talking about the next wave.
They were dominating. They were at the top of the NBA. But they were already in the conversation of making the playoffs, having runs in the playoffs already. I don't think the Mavericks doing
before
that.
Kobe got sacked, no one saw this.
You can't talk about this new wave without mentioning the people that are in the current wave. Like
That's all.
Kyrie
and the top
and
of
the people that are still really in contention, and Kawhi's like they're still here.
Kawhi's too old to win. First of all, Kawhi is what? He's 28, 29?
About
30, 29, 30, yeah.
What?
There's too many guys in that cluster. Like I don't see Kawhi winning like 3 more championships. Like you said, Giannis is still there. Kawhi is still there. They're gonna beat LeBron's still playing. They're gonna beat each other up. I don't see any one of those guys winning the next like 4 or 5 championships. But after those guys are removed, Luka and Zion are still like 25 years old. And who knows
what about my son Spicy P? He's going to the finals when the season.
Ain't gonna be that far off. Luka will be like 27, 28 when those guys are just giving it up. I'm telling you right now.
Dallas has a lot of money.
All right.
You're right. We'll see.
All right, let's not.
I don't see it.
Though.
I don't see it. We'll see.
All right, you gonna see?
Moving on. Let's get to the end of the show. The PTP candidates. Does anybody want to go first?
I'll go first. Oh, you go first.
Once again, I'm picking on WWE. This past week, they just signed a brand new contract for 17 more years, taking him up to the age of 70. You heard me correctly. The age of 70, the man has a contract for. I mean, what more is there to do? He's already doing how is he now? Is he 50 something? Hold on. Let me exact.
My question is, has he been winning matches?
Oh yes.
I don't want to call him.
He's winning main event matches. He's winning main event matches. He's
55 years old.
He beat up 3 people at once.
That wasn't a match. That was a theatric. I don't know what that was. That's a comic book.
All I know is he beat up 3 people, and then 2 of them got fired. That's all I know.
In the middle of the match, he disappeared. Like literally vanished. Like special effects. It's not a match. Like
WWE still doing matches with no fans.
Yes, and not only that, they're also doing like these
Hollywood effects.
Yeah, Hollywood effect matches where
like movie effects
vanish like in midair and coming behind you, chokeslam. Like it's crazy. But They're already doing that at 55 years old. What's the next 17 years going to look like? At what point the man can't go anymore? His body can't do it, Vince. Body can't go anymore. How much longer are you going to put this man and his family through this? At some point, you got to give it up. All of his peers are giving up. Triple H is gone. Shawn Michaels is gone. Bret Hart is gone. Hulk Hogan is gone. John Cena is about to be gone. The Rock is gone.
Mankind.
Bro, Sting is gone. Anyone that you could have thought of Undertaker what he came up with, they're all gone.
His own brother Kane. His brother Kane.
Kane's running for fucking mayor. Yeah, he's the mayor. Not running for mayor. Like,
corporate. He went corporate Kane.
It's just too much. And now he's back to being the American badass Undertaker. He's not even Undertaker anymore. He's the bike riding Undertaker again now.
The bike rider.
That's hard.
Yep. He on the bike. Yep.
Is he still doing tombstones?
Yep. Tombstones and
You can still hold people up, like you can still like do that. Like shit. That's impressive.
it's not pretty. It's not pretty. He don't do old school no more. He don't fly over the top rope anymore. He's simple, choke slam, punches,
Big boot.
big boot. Yeah, like it's a bad thing. And personally, it's ruining the aura of the Undertaker. He's no longer the guy I grew up on. And if you're new to wrestling, you see this guy, like, who's this guy? Why is he special?
I really thought, you know what bothers me about your PTP candidate? I went to SmackDown at the Izod Center in New Jersey, and I saw The Undertaker, and I enjoyed it. I said, okay, this is probably one of his last matches. About 8 years ago.
Yeah.
You could come
You told me
back.
8 years ago that in 2020 he was signed a 15-year deal. I will tell you, you're crazy.
He's supposed to leave when he lost to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
He supposed to leave several times now. He supposed to leave several times. He's had several matches where he against Roman Reigns 2 years ago, he legit left his gloves, his cape.
Exactly. That was his last match.
Left his hat there, and he came back 8 months later. Like, nothing happened. So, once again,
Somebody's got to say Undertaker from himself. Who's the next
right.
candidate?
Someone has to. Someone got to say Undertaker and Vince down, like, bro, come on. Like, y'all both together have to stop doing this. Together as a unit. Stop it.
All right. Who's the next PTP candidate?
I got my PTP candidate, and it is not a person, but it is the NFL's Rooney Rule, which is for every GM and head coaching position that's open, a African American or Spanish or Latin American person must be
Someone white.
someone of color. Yeah, someone of color must be interviewed for the job, and that rule has been in effect, I believe, since 2012. I don't know the exact date, but all in all, right now there's only one black head coach. Two black head coach, Anthony Lynn and Mike Tomlin. I forget the number of coordinators.
No. Miami's coach, Luis Flores.
Okay, you're right. He's a person of color. I think he's Spanish, but you're right. It doesn't matter. Black, Spanish, doesn't matter. Same thing. And so with the league of over 72%, 75% African American players, and it'll be only a handful of coaches and GMs, the NFL front office came to the owners with a proposal that we will incentivize that you guys hire these African American coaches with third round, with plus 10, where you can jump 10 spots in third round possibly, or 5 spots in third round, depending on who you have employed. And I think the whole thinking and the whole way of the old guard that when you look at black football players, they have to be coaching defense usually, or they're aggressive. You want them on the defensive side of the football, and usually when you see the offensive coaches, that they're the gurus, these quarterback guys, these offensive masterminds, and they don't give the black quarterbacks or the black players that played on offense that same respect they do the white guys that probably didn't even play sport. Possibly a lot of them, you see coaches now that didn't even play. The coach in Cincinnati Bengals, The genius in the LA Rams. I can't think. Sean McVay. He's the genius. He was a new hot kid one day. Sean McVay didn't play football at all. Didn't play in the sport. Just worked his ass off coaching. But when you see these African American players who come out the league, Deuce Staley has been the running backs coach in Philadelphia for years now. Never gotten a chance. Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs, has gotten passed over 2 years now straight for a head coaching job. And the old way of thinking in the NFL, it really is past their prime, and it needs to be changed immediately. Because you see black coaches, when they do get the chance, a lot of them have been pretty good. Anthony Lynn been fine.
The perfect example for me is always Detroit. Jim Caldwell won 9-7.
Caldwell, yep.
Exactly. 9-7.
And Detroit said, you know what? We want to go in a different direction. They bring in this bearded, slobby-looking guy from England.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't done nothing but make the Lions look awful each and every year.
Exactly. And that's a thing also. And you see another thing they hold against other black coaches, that someone like a Jim Caldwell, maybe he didn't work out in Indianapolis, or Raheem Morris, it didn't work out in Tampa Bay. And now they hold that against every other black coach also. But when a Josh McDaniels goes to the Broncos, it doesn't work out, or Dirk Cutter in Tampa Bay didn't work out, or you see Adam Gase didn't work out in Miami. Now he probably isn't going to work out in the Jets. They're still able to get second and third opportunities and not carry that same label of, oh, just because I didn't work out as a white coach, then all the other white coaches behind me might not work out. Where you look at black coaches, someone like Todd Bowles, we'll probably not see Todd Bowles head coach again, probably, just because he struggled for the Jets. It ended on a bad note. He'll probably be stuck as defensive coordinator now, Todd Bowles. So it is unfair the way they have the ruling and the way they do the interview process. I think, and now especially when you see the black quarterback in the NFL, Russell Wilson, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, African Americans play quarterback and they know offense. So
there's a lot of black quarterbacks.
So they're learning from somewhere. They're learning from somewhere, and it's time to give them a fair chance to run a full head coaching team and run a full team, I think. And you look at Eric Bieniemy, it's embarrassing how I'm not picking on Joe Judge, but he was the special teams coordinator for the Patriots. No one cares about that, really. We all know Bill Belichick does special teams, so we're not really sure what Joe Judge did for the Patriots, but he has a head coaching job for the Giants right now, where Bieniemy worked hand in hand with Pat Mahomes, and he got a ring, and he's still the coordinator for Andy Reid. So just the double standard right there has been so glaring that they need to sit down, come to the table, and have a full agreement on a new Rooney Rule to get some more people of color in positions of power.
Personally, I think the NFL they're the king of, let's put something out there so it looks like we care about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because giving people a higher pick of the third round, that's not an incentive to any team to go hire a black coach. Every time we know what's going to make people move, and that's that almighty dollar. So if you can find teams for not following the Rooney Rule, I think you'll nip all of this in the butt. It should be that whenever a position is open, each team should present who they want to hire to the NFL. And once there's not a person of color even being interviewed, okay, here's your $5 million fine, and you don't have a first-round pick this season. Thank you. Have a nice day. Guarantee you, everybody
everything will change, bro. Once you
candidate.
start getting in the pockets, everything changes.
Mm-hmm.
They get to the pockets, like
that's why I said the pockets and the first-round pick.
Oh yeah. No, I heard that. I heard the first-round pick. Yeah. But once you get into the pockets, like that's when they start waking up, and then you start getting into the picks, and you start getting into the structure of the squad. Like, yeah, they're all the way woke. But until that happens, you'll continue this trend that goes.
And it also starts with coaches hiring position coaches as black
coordinators,
coaches, tight end coaches, coordinators.
Yep.
Not just on defense, but on offense also. Because you always know that the cornerbacks coach is always black guy, the linebackers coach, the DN coach. Those are usually African American coaches usually, especially cornerback D-backs, especially D-backs and receivers. Yep. Those are usually always African American coach. So those same guys can get progressed to defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, and go from there. So, it's more head coaches also have to give that same opportunity to their player coaches also.
For sure. Dub, you got a PTP candidate this week?
Nah, man, I'm ending on Combs' note, man. We ending it right there, man. Unless you got
we
one.
ended it.
Unless you got one. If you got one, you can go right ahead, bro. But Combs dropped the hammer right there, like
he did. That's why I kind of don't want to go
walk
after
off,
him.
like you know what I'm saying, like this shit is old, it's archaic. They need a change, like
yeah. Right now, I feel like
I mean,
Nas, after he heard that Ludacris made you look verse.
I mean, it's worked for the team that started it, the bum ass Steelers.
Steelers.
It worked for them.
It has.
It worked for your bum ass Steelers. Shit.
I like how you said that. I appreciate that.
Said Mike Tomlin ain't been under 500 yet. Shit.
Not
Ain't been
once.
under 500 yet, Mike Tomlin. No matter who the quarterback.
Honestly, he's probably the only one that's even holding that rule afloat. Because honestly, I feel like, God forbid, he had 1 or 2 or 3 losing seasons, this whole Rooney shit would have been abolished.
It fell apart.
The whole rule would have literally, at this point, meant nothing. Like nothing. But the fact that he's been able to even just stay afloat is enough. Like,
all right, so we'll end it on that note. This week's PTP candidates were the Undertaker of the WWE. This is second time coming. Well deserved for a 15-year contract. And we got the NFL and their quote-unquote Rooney rule and incentivizing hiring black coaches and front office.
And GMs too. But you look at someone like Louis Riddick, I think he worked for the Ravens and then the Eagles. He's on TV every day. He knows his shit. Like, how can you not in someone's front office?
Literally been part of the NFL PA.
He goes to interviews. Like he
literally has his clause in everything NFL based, but he's chilling, talking to Stephen A. on a every morning. Just him and Stephen A. and Max, just chilling.
Exactly.
Chopping it up, like.
Definitely. He's definitely been considered. I want to say he was offered a job and he said no, but I could be wrong.
I know the Giants
somebody's
chose
NFL front office.
I know the Giants chose Gettleman over him, so we'll see how that's working out.
Well, the Giants do a lot of questionable things.
We'll see how
We're not gonna get started on that.
We'll see how that's working out.
Thank God nobody here is a Giants fan.
Yeah.
We'll see how that's working out.
But all right, y'all. This is episode 604. Definitely check us out on our IG, Past Their Prime. Check out our website, Past Their Prime 5. And that's where we're going to have these power rankings. Look out for that. And also look out for our Zoom Fridays with Wire Foundation and Brixton Consultant. This week, we're going to have Cash Money Brothers YMCMB versus Rockefeller Rock Nation. None other than our boy Coles is going to be representing the Cash Money YMCMB side. So I'm hoping you come with that heat. And definitely look out for all that content on the Past Their Prime and all of our IG handles as well. Episode 604, we out.